Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today we're going to be having a look at my Tamiya 35105 German Horch 1A with 2cm FLAK38 kit, which is a out of production kit from a mould from 1976. Now, I've had a look on eBay recently and there's only one of these that I can actually find, and it's in Italy, and they want 80 quid for it plus £21 postage. So it kind of makes the £34 that I paid seem like quite a good deal. But I think at the time there was one or two of these going for around about the sort of 34 to 40 mark, and I just happened to pick this one at the end of the day. So we're going to have a look at the instructions. I'm not really going to have a read through the blurb on this because it's really long and it covers the vehicle and it covers the anti-aircraft. So if you want to know a bit about the Horch 1A, you can probably just have a look on Wikipedia. There's also a lot of sprues to go through because obviously this is kind of a combination of three kits. So you've got the Horch standard car on its own, which you can still get. I mean, that's easily found. I don't know if you'll get the SS markings with it though. This 2cm FLAK38, that's still available and you can still get that, so you can quite easily put this with that together for minimal fuss, probably about sort of £25 I would have thought. The figures in here, which are SS with these camouflage, late war camouflage smocks on. Now I actually have a couple of sets of these from 25 years ago, my 25-year-old box of stuff, but I haven't actually seen them anywhere on eBay since I've been restarted modeling 7 months ago. So I'm kind of guessing that these figures are actually quite rare. So, you know, if you can pick some up for a tenner, I think you're probably getting a bit of a bargain there because I can't find them. I don't know what the actual kit number is for them, so if anybody knows, please do drop me a message, because I wouldn't mind having another set of these because they are quite useful as sitting figures. So, like I said, I'm going to skip the blurb and just go straight on to the instructions, which, as per Tamiya, are pretty good, in my humble novice opinion. So, section 1, we're going to look at the floor pan of the vehicle. We're going to put some fuel tanks on. We're going to put the rear bumper on some hooks. Section 2, we're going to put the axles and the drive shafts on. Section 3, we're going to put some mechanical parts on. That looks like the exhaust going on there. Section 4, we're going to draw our attention to the wheels. And in section 6, we're going to stick them on with the steering gubbins and suspension gubbins. Number 7, we're going to have a go with the bonnet. We're going to flip everything over and we're going to start attaching lights, gearing sticks, handbrakes. Seems to be pretty good amount of detail with this. Section 8, we're going to turn our attention to the body, put that together. Section 9, we're going to put the body onto the base of the truck, stick the front bumper on. There's a spare wheel. And section 10, we're going to look at the seating arrangement. Apparently we have a covered windscreen on this one. Didn't see any clear parts, so obviously there isn't a standard windscreen coming with it. And then we're going to move on to the figures. So these are the figures that I'm struggling to find any of, so I think this is kind of interesting. They are done up as SS, but I'm assuming you can pretty much do them as a Wehrmacht unit if you actually wanted to. So that's section 11. Section 12, we're going to put, we get a bit of string with this, which is to represent a towing hook. And we're going to put the folding canopy on. We also get a raised canopy with it as well. And at the end of it, we'll end up with something like that, minus the anti-aircraft gun. You get a painting diagram in black and white, which is a vehicle of the European Theatre, Europa. And we also get a vehicle of the African Theatre, Africa. And we can see we've got the DAC symbol and this cloverleaf unit emblem on there as well. And it gives us an idea of what colour we're supposed to colour the interior, which is mainly sort of neutral greys, because obviously it's come over from Europe probably quite recently. And it gives us a colour diagram for the anti-aircraft gun. Also gives us a pretty good diagram of how to apply camouflage to the schmucks for these guys, which says it's an autumn camouflage suit. So that's all pretty interesting. We also get a separate set of instructions for the 2cm FLAK38. So obviously we've got the actual gun barrel going on here. We're going to put all the mechanical gubbins that make it whiz up and down and whiz around. There's the shield, front shield going on. Now it's going on to its tripod stand, and then we're going to build up the carrying trailer. So there we go, that's the instructions. So I'll have a look at the parts now. I mean, obviously this is a 1976 mould, so compared to modern kits, it's not that great, I suppose. But it does represent, you know, nice detail on the actual vehicle itself. So we can see we've got a raised canopy, which obviously isn't depicted in the picture. We've got the steering wheel here. We've got the various handbrake gear sticks. These are seats. This looks like it's going to be the back of the rear seat, I'm thinking. We've got the canopy mechanism. We have a MG34 heavy machine gun. And we have the side panels of the vehicle here. And we have the lights. Not too sure what that is. That's going to be the rear with some opening doors, I think. And we've got some single doors here for the sides. That's the fold down canopy with the strings. This is our fold down windshield, which is covered in canvas. And here we have our other side panel with another door. Again, you can see it's got basic sort of hinges. It's got some rivets and whatnot on it. So for a kit of this, you know, it is this sort of age, you know, it's pretty good. I mean, incidentally, it was 1976 this was first introduced, and that was my birthday, so that's 47 years ago, nearly 48, but I'm not counting the extra one. So here we have the floor pan of the vehicle. As you can see, we've got some access panels that are grated over, so that's kind of good. We can see the mounting points for our gears and handbrake. I believe this is going to be the fuel tank. Probably parts of the seats, I would have thought. Got an exhaust system. We've got this grille bonnet. That's going to be the front section facing of the driving compartment. We have a driving figure who appears to be done in this similar schmuck setup. And we have the front grille and some seat pads here and something I don't know. There's the instrument panel. You can see we've got some gauges on there, and this, I'm guessing, is going to be this front section here, sort of towing hitch or bumper or whatever you want to call it. Next up we have the wheels, which are two-piece wheels. This bit here goes in the back. Tyres are fixed. Here we have the drive shafts and suspension, all the mountings for the wheels. Got a selection of suspension springs. More parts of the mechanicals, more parts of the wheels. Obviously we get 6 wheels, so it would appear that we have 2 spares, one either side. Guessing that's how this one works. Don't really know what these parts are here. And moving on rapidly to our FLAK38. Start with the trailer. There's the basic form of the trailer there. Got 2 wheels, some suspension springs, some sort of mounting or whatever bits to go on. And then we have the tripod stand. There's the actual gun itself. Looks pretty mean. That's the gun shield. These are the side mountings for the cannon. Got various mechanicals and optics here. Ooh, one of them's just fall off. I'll have to be careful not to lose that. And we got 4 magazines for the gun as well. That's another part of the mounting. That's going to be the rotating 360 rotating part, I imagine. To remember not to lose that. Next off, we get on to our 1, 2, 3, 4 additional figures, which are these 4 guys sitting in the back. We get a small selection of stowage, a couple of crates, this big rolled up canvas jobby, and we get this, I believe this is going to be an anti-aircraft magazine case, which is probably the same, probably correct as per the 38mm Canon. So the figures, as per sort of mid-1970s Tamiya, compared to today, they're not the best, but at the time this was, you know, probably as good or better than the standard figures. You get a range of gas mask canisters, some stick grenades, Schmeiser pistol. Not too sure what that one is. That's a sort of German equivalent of a Sten gun with the magazine on the side, is it? I can't remember what it's called. I think it's an MP34 or something like that. A couple of standard rifles. We've got some field caps, so you can have these guys wearing caps, or we have the canvas covered helmets. Yeah, I mean, you have a look at the figures. There does seem to be some sort of difference, slight variation in the facial expressions, which I think is kind of one of the things that a lot of people look for. And you've got ears on there. They look pretty good, I suppose. But I mean, like I say, compared to modern stuff, they're not much cop. But I suppose if you were to do a diorama with a load of vintage gear in it, which is probably the way that I'm thinking of going, because there's such a sort of variance between the two, you'd probably get away with it. But I think if you start mixing and matching modern gear with vintage gear, you're going to struggle. So here we have the decal sheet, which comes with a Wehrmacht, a Luftwaffe and an SS. Kind of guessing that on modern kits, I ain't seen no SS markings, and I certainly ain't seen any of these naughty DAC symbols either, because naughty symbol. We've got sort of cloverleaf unit marking, which I think is more relevant to the Afrika Korps, because that's on the instructions. We've got a couple of aircraft symbols here. I'm going to guess that these are score markings for what they've actually downed. So looks like they've downed 4 2/2, is that maybe? Not sure. More DAC symbols, more unit insignia and badges and what have you. That's going to be a record as well for the cannon that you put around there. So that's 1, 2, however many that is. However many stripes represents how many aircraft downings or whatever they've actually successfully attacked. So there we go. I hope you like it. Like I say, I mean, it's kind of hard to get, but you can get that and that quite easily. These figures, I don't know. Like I say, I would be interested to get another set of these. So if somebody could put me in that direction of what their kit number is, I'd be quite grateful, because I wouldn't mind having another one of these. My other option is to try and strip the 2 sets that I've got down and made a right mess of when I was about sort of 20. So thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. We have about 130 kit reviews on the channel at the moment, so please do have a look. There'll be a link in the description box underneath where you can get a link to all the other 135 kit reviews I've done, which is a mix of modern and kind of vintage ones. So there we go. Hope you like my surround. Apparently all these flags represent all the countries that I've had views from. So if you're kind of wondering what all them flags about, I've actually had people from Bangladesh and Chile looking. Don't know if they understood, but hopefully they spoke English. And I learnt a new flag. That's the Hong Kong one. So be seeing you.